All right. So, Aragon.
Yes.
On the evening after on the evening where you all parted ways with George after resolving all of the various incidents within Black Hook, you and your party went below deck to your assigned rooms to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably sort out who's sleeping with who next session. Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Um, um, but as you're lying in your hammock, Aragon, you fall into your usual state of slumber peacefully. Nothing bothers you or discomforts you while you sleep. Instead, a soothing, warm feeling washes over you and over your body. You open your eyes to see yourself in a large circular white room with a tall domed ceiling constructed all that entirely out of what appears to be intricately carved marble blocks, with a just a frankly massive stained glass window opposite you, displaying a crimson dragon curled into itself in a shape resembling a question mark, a symbol you very clearly recognize to be that of your deity, the master of gem dragons, the ruby dragon Sardior. And as
I
you
get.
admire,
Okay.
sorry,
Go on. Go on.
and as you admire this visage, you briefly whisper a silent prayer to yourself, but rather than being met with the usual silence you're accustomed to, this time the red glass in front of you begins to glow, radiating more light and washing the pristine white room in a beautiful scarlet colour. Closing your eyes, you allow the warm light to bathe you, basking in the radiance of the ruby dragon. Eventually, your mind wanders back to the emptiness of sleep, still feeling warmed to your core by your god's radiance. And then you later wake up in the morning feeling more refreshed than you have in a very long time.
Ah.
Just a shorter one of him taking notice of you.
I'm sorry, but just he he wakes up. His reaction. Yes.
I'm warm!
Really. I'm warm, but more importantly,
And with that, you get your first paladin level.
yes. Hopefully, I'll finally be able to actually pray, and something good come of that. I
Have you updated your character sheet yet, or
Not yet. That is what I shall be working on next. I need to get that off of my laptop. Actually, hold on. Is V?
you get
Do
divine
I have?
sense and lay on hands to begin with?
Yeah, I do. There's not much that I need to work out per se, is there? I just more
Not
like,
really, no. That comes later.
yeah,
I'll check specifically what you get from multiclassing into paladin, because I know that stuff varies and it gets a bit complicated. But right now,
yeah.
you just get you just get 5 hit points you can give out, and you can sense celestial fiends and undead.
We have more healing. Whoopee.
You have 5 points of healing.
So useful. Hold on. What version of Aragon is this? That I've got saved in this chat. Let's have a look. This is level 7 Barbarian Aragon.
Okay, yeah, that's the most recent one
Okay.
then.
That's the most recent one, so I just need to update this one.
All
It's
right.
slightly not accurate because there are some changes due to like I think spending stuff and stuff like that. And I also have one less hand axe now.
Yeah, and
Um,
and you also have George's necklace.
yeah, I also have George's necklace. Um, Paladin levels, let's go!
Let's go.
Finally, religion. I'm getting into my religion stuff. I'm getting into my religious side more.
And we've already discussed what Aragon's gonna try and do when you get to Greyfeather.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is gonna be Greyfeather's gonna be. It's sure gonna be a place
Greyfeather is gonna be
for
like
him.
a new chapter.
Are we still recording, by the way, or are we
Yep.
stopped? Okay.
I can trim all this
Um,
out if you want.
no, this is fine to keep in. Just after we finished, I kind of want to talk about
Oh yeah.
like reaction stuff as well.
So, that's Aragon's dream sequence. Whoever the fuck is watching this, you witnessed this. Obviously, I mean,
To the one
you're
viewer,
watching this. Yeah, our one viewer.
yeah, to the
But
one viewer.
um, And I want to whoever's dream sequence is next, probably Bo, because I'm gonna order these in post alphabetically. Because I'm autistic.
Shit, wait, no, that means I'm first.
Yep.
Wait a second.
Video's gonna open up with Aragon.
No!
Alright.
No, because my...
Now, on to Bo's dreams. Alright.
Wait, hold on. Which reactive am I on?
You're on Bo, don't worry.
Okay.
So, after your day of teaching everyone how to fish and having your emotional goodbye with George as you and the rest of your party left Blackhook aboard the Pelican en route to Greyfeather. When night fell, very shortly after your departure, everyone was kind of led down into one big sleeping quarters where there were just dozens of hammocks strung up, and you kind of just like went over to the biggest one you could find and lay down on that one and passed out. But in your sleep, Bo, you feel a cold sensation spread, completely enveloping your body as your lungs instinctively freeze up for a moment from the sudden temperature drop. The darkness is slowly broken up by a dim blue light, shimmering as if through water, as you feel yourself rapidly moving through water carried along by some form of current. The moment of serenity here is immediately shattered by an instant and immense weight forced on your mind, the familiar, heavy presence of your unfathomable patron, easy to identify even without the nightmarish trio of red eyes you're so afraid of. As this pressure appears in your psyche, an immense force acts on your body, feeling like you're being crushed under the weight of thousands of tons of water, your flesh shifting and squishing like thick syrup as you continue to move. This incredibly uncomfortable experience continues on for an extremely long few seconds, where your body seems to set in a new shape, solidifying almost as though it has been changed. But something still feels off underneath your skin. The sensation of water rushing past you slowly fades out along with the sparse beams of light, returning you to a familiar experience akin to a sensory deprivation tank as you float in nothingness. No sensation other than the omnipresence of your patron's will forcing itself into your mind. And with that, you get the far touched beat. Yippee.
Yay!
Yay.
I hope you know, by the way, that I didn't because you were continuing narration, but as soon as you said I could feel something under my skin, I was going to say, alright, I want to bite my skin off.
Alright, lovely. I mean, you can still try that if you want when you wake up.
Yeah, let's see this.
Not as tasty as rocks. But
Hmm.
I will cut the recording here. We will smash cut to someone else's dream.
Wait, we're recording this?
Yep,
Oh,
it's going in a compilation.
Oh.
So, after your party's departure from Black Hook, the crew of the Pelican kind of like shows you downstairs into one big sleeping chamber where there's just like about a dozen hammocks strung up. Like everyone else, you kind of just take one, try and get comfortable and doze off. And as you sleep dawn, your mind begins to feel stimuli outside your own being. The crackling of a fire, the smell of charring and alcohol, the feeling of hardwood beneath your boots, all like factors pointing towards you being in some form of tavern or inn in your dream. And as your vision still manages to elude you, your acute, but your like very sensitive, acute sense of hearing picks up a faint sound far away that strikes fear into the core of your being. You hear the squeaking and chattering of rats, a far, far, far ways away from you. As the hissing and squeaking grows ever so slightly louder and louder, you also begin to hear crying, wailing, pained wailing, the wails of a newborn.
You.
Sorry?
Oh, thank God.
What are you going to say?
I was about to say, if you say this is fucking Sherlock.
The wails of a newborn, crying in pain, as the incessant sound of the rats grows louder and louder, growing to
The
overwhelm
rat's eating the newborn.
growing to overwhelm all other sounds as their wretched stench grows more and more pungent in your nose as it mingles with the smell of freshly spilled blood. And then it all cuts to nothing. No sense, no stimuli, just you left with your thoughts, the remainder of your unrestful rest.
Was that Sherlock?
What does that mean, was that Sherlock?
I've not had a dream about Sherlock since.
Maybe
Who knows when.
something's stopping you from having a dream about him.
Fucking Nostard. No, wait. Wrong person.
Wrong person.
I meant wrong.
Wrong person. What the fuck did that
Wrong campaign.
What did the mushroom do to you, Louise?
I meant Soligar. I don't know how I said Nostard.
I also don't know how you said Nostard.
Dude, I'm actually kind of scared. What?
So,
Yeah. So.
If it's alright with you, I'm gonna cut the recording here, and then we'll just discuss Dawn briefly.
Okay.
Three, two, one.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. So, after your party's departure from Black Hook, as you're all aboard the Pelican on the way to Greyfeather, everyone kind of goes downstairs and takes one of the hammocks in the big sleeping quarters and kind of drifts off to sleep. I was right. As you fall into unconsciousness, a cold sensation creeps all over your skin, leaving your hair standing on end. You hesitantly open your eyes, your heart sinking when you're greeted with the familiar black environment broken up only by the grey horizon far, far away. Swiftly patting yourself down, you find nothing on your person besides your fine clothes and shadow-wreathed rapier, as is usual in these dreams. But this time you see in front of you a featureless white humanoid similar to that of a mannequin. What would you like to do?
Can I talk to it?
You try and greet it. It doesn't seem to move or respond or react in any way.
I'm gonna touch it.
You briefly examine the pure white mannequin before you noticing the sheen of the humanoid figure and its featureless face. You reach your hand out to touch the figure, feeling its cool surface on your skin, very much a plasticky and fake texture. And you're fairly certain that it is just some form of mannequin.
That's weird. Cool. Okay. If I'm going off what has happened before in these dreams, I'm gonna pull out my sword.
You unsheath the weapon at your side, feeling its vile aura permeating the air as shadows roll off the blade like steam into the black atmosphere. Looking into the dark metal blade, you see your own crimson eyes staring back at you in the reflection. But other than a cold chill down your spine, nothing seems to happen.
This is weird. So the only thing I have on me on my person is my sword and my clothes, right?
You have your sword and your clothes and the mannequin in front of you, and that's it.
Okay. Can I investigate said mannequin?
You kind of put, if you want, you can roll an investigation check.
Okie dokie.
But I don't generally do rolls in dreams. If you want, you can though. Up to you.
No, just give me one. My dad's calling me.
Right.
Give me 1 second.
So, Ozrai.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2,
Yeah.
1. As you're in this black space with only a grey horizon, mannequin in front of you, rapier in your hand. What do you want to do?
Okie dokie. So this mannequin obviously doesn't do much. So I'm gonna poke the bear. I'm gonna stab it.
All right. Sorry. You quickly lash out with your blade in an instant. The dexterous flick of your wrist, puncturing a sharp hole cleanly through the torso of the mannequin. And you quickly retract it in a flash of metal, and to your revulsion, a small spray of blood accompanying it.
It's a bit
As a crimson red blood begins to just like start pouring out of this like small size out of this sizable hole in the mannequin's torso.
Oh,
As blood
that's
continues
weird.
to pour out of the puncture wound onto the jet black floor, you watch as after a few moments it almost peels itself off of the rippling ground and floats gently into the air, the red droplets floating towards you.
Oh,
Sorry. There words. I'm reading comprehension. Sorry. As you hesitantly step back, the blood surges towards you quickly, wrapping around your right arm in a thin line, stretching out into the void, tugging on it like a crimson marionette string. Then, before you have a chance to try and resist, the string forcibly drags your arm, cleaving through the mannequin as the top half falls to the ground, hitting the inky surface of the ground with a hollow thud reminiscent of an empty box, as more blood pours out. With every spurt of blood, another glob of blood stretches into a string around you, some around your arms, some around your legs. And, I'm losing myself a minute, sorry. As you continue to plunge your rapier into the mannequin's bisected torso again and again, stabbing its face, chest, abdomen, throat, everywhere. In a matter of seconds, you lose complete control of your body to the innumerable red strings puppeteering every inch of you, being completely subject to their pull. And so as you keep stabbing the mannequin and slashing it and beating it and bashing it with the pommel of your sword, crunching its bones and tearing its skin, ripping out her organs with your bare hands and teeth, brutalizing and destroying the body of Victoria in front of you.
no,
You sit bolt upright, sweating in your thin silk pajamas sticking to your skin in your hammock. You take a minute to breathe and calm your nerves, trying to calm down the hyperventilation, but you can't get that image out of your mind. The vision of your wife mutilated by your own hand, her heart between your teeth.
No, you can't do that.
And with that, your rapier gets an upgrade.
No, no. Don't do this to me, man. You can't do that. You can't. You can't do that.
So if you'll go on to D&D Beyond, there should be an updated version of the Batwing Rapier with some slightly modified traits. Because
Ghost, listen to me here, man.
yep,
Listen to
Yep.
me here.
yep.
You're not allowed to do that. You can't.
But I did.
You can't do that.
But I did.
I thought this was just like gonna be just a dream. To be fair, none of my dreams are pretty normal. So,
No.
but you can't. That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
But yeah, just to kind of tell you, Evan, the rapier was satisfied with you messing with the investigation to protect the colony. It was almost satisfied with your actions, so it's rewarded you. Quote unquote rewarded you with some enhanced properties. So
Okay, let me see.
I will cut the recording here, and then we can talk about Ozra a bit. So, Ro, after your emotional roleplay heavy departure from Black Hook, everyone kind of was led downstairs into the one big sleeping room where everyone kind of took a hammock and went to sleep. But then Ro, as you sleep, you hear a voice calling to you. Ro, dear, old Bernie needs a hand. And you come to laying on a bed of straw and animal hide in a cave of some kind, shelves littered with bottles and jars of preserved ingredients and pickled animals, some kind of entity with spindly limbs and purple skin, hunched over a bubbling cauldron on a green fire. The deep purple skin and greasy black hair, combined with the almost grandmotherly clothing, quickly informs you that this hunchback creature is in fact your patron, the one and only Granny Bernadette. So,
Oh,
sorry?
nothing. I just reacted.
Oh. You've been such a dear to me, to little old Miro, bringing me so many precious ingredients, and I couldn't be prouder to have you as my warlock, dear. Now, while you're here, would you be so kind as to mix those components up for me? And she points with
Yes.
a crooked finger that seems to have like one too many joints in it towards one of the various clutter tables where there is a dish with a bunch of items, some of which are familiar to you. As you walk over.
Yep. Yes, of course. I'll
Thank
get
you.
right to it.
Thank you, dearie. And she turns back to ominously mixing her cauldron. As you step
Yo.
over. Sorry?
Nothing. I was just gonna say the same thing.
Okay. As you step toward the table, inside this big stone dish, you see a glob of translucent green goop, a small pile of brains that appear to be like falling apart and losing their shape, and as well as a clump of hair, a clump of black hair, each around 15 inches long, as well as a mortar and pestle, likely for you to use to mix them. And just for the audience out there who are stupid, these are all the ingredients that Bro has collected. The goo, the brains, and the hair.
Very fun.
Very fun. So, just kind of like to start, you scoop up the green VCG sludge in your hand, feeling it begin to like seep between your fingers as it coats your skin with like a thin and greasy film. You dump it quickly into the mortar before picking up the chunk of hair, a few of them falling out of your grasp as you drop it on top of the goo. You just give your hands a quick like wipe on your pant leg to get the goo off, and then you begin to just grind the two together with the pestle, watching as their hair begins to like clump and the sludge begins to turn to a mushier texture as the mixture begins to more and more resemble chunky green vomit as you grind the two together. Kind of wrinkling your nose now. As the mixture starts to smell more and more like the vomit it resembles, you lift up the dish, and you lift up the stone dish, sorry, and like tilt the rest of the raven brains, dumping them into the vomit mix. And then again, you begin to mush it all together. The brains squish like overripe bananas under the pestle, smearing into the green sludge. And as you fold the two together over and over and over again, you watch as the crimson blood and grass-coloured paste begins to mix into an opaque, amber-coloured liquid. After making sure to work in all the stray hairs and brain matter that's like on the edges of the bowl, you're left with a smooth, goldenish concoction. And as you stop for a second to admire your work, you feel a weak breathing behind you, turning your neck to see Granny Bernadette's crooked figure hunched over your shoulder, looking down at the gold elixir in your hands. Oh god, I'm out of breath out that. That was a long yap. Sorry.
It's fine.
I need to take pauses more, fuck.
I did as you.
Good for work, dear. And Bernadette tells you with like a brief pat on the head. Now, make sure to finish that before you go back to the material realm. And no complaining about the taste, it's good for you. Although there may be some unexpected side effects, so do let me know what happens once you're woken up. Then she steps away, after like making sure you're starting to sip it, and returns to the bubbling cauldron of forbidden soup, stirring it with a real long tree branch. Do you sip? Do you
shut-
sip? Sorry.
Shots.
Shots,
Sorry.
shots.
Yeah, I take a drink.
As you kind of like raise the bowl to your mouth and kind of just like take the first sip. Why am I getting? Oh, I got a message from my college. Hold on, shut up, phone. Yeah, as you kind of like raise the golden liquid to your mouth and just have the first sip, it's extremely like thick, almost like the same consistency as like a milkshake, but it's almost tasteless. It's got like it's almost like drinking really thick water in a way. It's a bit unsettling because it's not what you expected it to taste like. Although there is a slight hint of banana in there.
I like bananas.
We know you do.
I-
Now, my divinations tell me you wish to discuss the terms of our contract. Was there something you desired to change?
I was simply interested in maybe something a bit more. I was thinking whether I could make more use of a different kind of power.
That being?
I'm thinking of changing the pact to the pact of an eye. I don't know how to say this in D&D terms,
No, don't
in
worry.
roleplay terms.
It's fine. That's kind of me putting you on the spot.
It's,
Sorry, was there something else you wanted to say?
it's. May I ask what the potion was for? Concoction?
It was just a treat for your hard work, dear.
Ah,
You'll see when you
Thank
wake
you.
up. And she gives you like an extremely unsettling wink.
that is comforting to know.
And she
Is
kind
there
of...
anything,
Sorry.
I was gonna ask, is there anything you'd like to wish of me.
Just keep doing your work. You've been doing extremely well, dear. And if you keep this up, there will be more down the road for you.
Thank you.
Now, you'll have to forgive me for this, dear, but this might be a bit uncomfortable. And then she kind of steps away from the cauldron and reaches her long, bony hands towards your face. And you feel her spindly fingers push into the sides of your remaining eyeball as she forces her fingers into the space around your eye, pressing against your eye in the socket. And oddly enough, despite the extreme discomfort this is causing, there's no pain. Even as she wraps her fingers around and rips your eye out of its socket, severing the optic nerve as your vision goes black. Again, there's no pain, it's just darkness and discomfort. You can immediately smell the familiar scent of metallic blood, feeling the warm liquid drip down from your newly opened eye hole onto your lower face and clothes, hearing the occasional drip on the stone floor beneath your feet. You spend a few minutes in confused darkness, hearing Granny Bernadette shuffling around and scuffling with numerous concoctions and containers, a menagerie of exotic scents assaulting your nose. Eventually, you feel Bernadette approach you again, feeling something cold and wet being pressed into your eye socket, as you once more see colours, although everything seems a bit blurry and more greenish. It should be all working now, dear. How does that feel?
Ro blinks his eye a few times, just trying to get accustomed to the new vision. It's functional. I can. That's something.
Sorry,
Good start.
you cut out a bit.
Ro blinks a few times, trying to get accustomed to the new vision. It's working. I can see from it. That's a good start.
Indeed.
How... Thank you for this gift.
She nods and gives you a crooked smile, showing a bunch of missing teeth in her mouth. Well, I believe that is unfortunately all we have time for at the moment, dear, so you best depart soon. Until then, feel free to sit around and relax on the bed over there and have a cookie. And she, like, from nowhere pulls out a comically large cookie around the size of your face. And I can see that some of your friends haven't had very pleasant dreams tonight, so make sure to check up on them, dear, especially the other dealmaker and your undead friend. But for now, just enjoy a cookie.
Thank you. I'll make sure to do that.
She gives you another smile, then sends back to the cauldron, and reaches one hand into one of the pickle jars, and just drop some stuff in and continues stirring. You go over and sit on the bed. Sorry?
Yeah. I was about to say the same thing, like,
sorry,
goes to sit over.
Sorry, I'm just reading like the paragraph I have in front of me. I'm forgetting.
Okay, read it.
Sorry. This is just how I do dreams. I write out like a massive script to read and I forget that you want to say stuff so well.
No.
As you kind of sit on the bed, you munch away at your comically sized cookie set atop the straw and hide bedding, which is much more comfortable than you'd expect given the materials. Eventually, you feel the desire to lie down again, so you rest your head on a particularly large pile of straw and drift off once more into a much more mundane sleep. And then
What flavor was the cookie?
whatever flavor you want it to be.
Ah,
Magic cookie.
banana.
Banana flavored cookie. To go with your banana flavored water thing. Your banana juice. And as you wake up, sorry?
Yeah. Yeah, I just said lovely.
Well, let me just double check my notes to make sure I'm giving you the right boon. Because you do get rewards for giving Bernadette a bunch of ingredients. Yep. Also, you get the Fey Touched feat.
Excuse me? Okay.
Hold on. Sorry. Just double checking that I've got this all right. Actually, sorry. Yeah, you guys choose. Do you want? You have. Sorry, you have two options here.
Yeah.
You can either you can either get the Fey Touched feat, or you can get a feature called Fey Speech, which means you are always under the effect of speak with animals.
Oh.
Decisions.
Um.
This is what the gold elixir is doing. It's giving you some bonuses.
Oh. Fey touched is the more useful one. However, I think I will go with the animal speech. What is it called?
It's called Fey Speech, and it just means that you're
Fey-
always Fey Speech. I'll just send
Yeah.
you the name. You're always under the effect of speak with animals. Always.
Sure. That's gonna get annoying, but sure. I'll take it.
I mean, you can just like cover your ears like you can with people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I think that's going to be it for the dream sequence. So I'll stop the recording here and we'll move on to the next one in post.
Two, one. Okay.
I can count, I promise.
Yeah, I believe.
So,
I trust that.
After your long day of fucking around on the beach, waiting for your boat, and then moderately tearful goodbye with George as you all set off towards Greyfeather aboard the Pelican. Everyone went downstairs to the big, like, one room sleeping area, and just kind of like took hammocks and went and had a nap. And Setch, as you sleep, you feel your dreaming mind wander, the charm from Quill pushing it into areas of your conscience that almost feel as if they were kept from you. The faces of your party come and go in your mind's eye, and certain forgotten memories surface with them. You see yourself working in a stuffy and dimly lit room with Quill. Your hands are clammy and sore. Quill's fur is matted and slick with his own sweat, as the two of you labour on a crudely shaped rapier. With this scene unplaying in your mind, you find yourself remembering fighting a pack of some form of insect-like wolf creatures, and you instinctively know that it was from your earliest days with these people that you now consider your party members and friends. And even once this kind of vision fades from your mind, your sleeping brain still kind of like clings onto it and tries to, hold on to that new memory that you've now unlocked, as it appears Quill's charm seems to be doing the trick.
What? Holy shit.
Guys, we've cured amnesia.
Nice. Oh my god, guys! It went from forgo to remember. No
And-
way.
And
all
that is
it takes one bell a day keeps the memories. Just keeps them.
the solution: capitalism.
Solution money. I guess next time I see Quill, I'm definitely paying to keep the bell. I'm keeping it.
All right, and that's it for you.